Hi Cancers, welcome to the Sun and Moon Tarot. This is your October general read. I hope you like the layout. I sure do. It's intended for Libra and Scorpio season. If you have Cancer in your Sun, Moon, could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you have the sign of Cancer and as a placement and Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, this is intended for you. If you're interested in a personal read, my information is in that description box below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It helps my channel grow. I appreciate it, Cancers. I love you so much. I love my dearest crabs. Funny story, I already did an incredibly beautiful read for you. It was edited and ready, and somehow the data, I still don't really quite understand, but there was some sort of an error and it's gone. So we're redoing your video. I hope you enjoy the new content, because I'm sure there's a reason for it. You know, it's going to resonate more for you. Don't forget to check out your other signs. Don't forget to watch for only entertainment if it does not resonate for you. Okay, Cancers, for my general monthly reads, we have 3 rows to start with. The first row will represent your recent past. The second will represent your current energy. The third will represent your future. We'll grab a couple clarifiers at the very end. The bottom of the deck will hold the overall energy for this read. I hope you're feeling well. I hope you're feeling healthy. I hope everyone you love is good. I hope you're keeping that. I like to make that joke with Cancers. I hope you're keeping the trash that's in the tide out of your shell. I love y'all so much. Keep your support system clean. Keeps you steady and strong. Okay, Cancers. Interesting. So you've got the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck for your overall read. You could be dealing with any Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's a court card, the Queen, of course, of air, of intellect. She represents complexity, perceptive thought, and clear-mindedness. So that is the overall energy for your read, my beautiful Cancers. Okay, I hope you enjoy this content. I'm kind of excited to see what the new read holds, since the last one got deleted, and that's the first time this has happened for me during my reads on my channel, so I feel like it has to be important, like there has to be a reason. Okay, I love myself. It is what it is. Okay, you could be dealing with any Cancer like yourself, or Scorpio, Pisces. That's water emotion. You could be dealing with any, again, that air energy, that intellect, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could be dealing with a Leo here, or possibly a Gemini with the Sun. Heavy air energy here with the Page of Cups and your recent past. You have 2 court cards here, the Court of Water, a court card for water and a court card for air. Then you also have a Major Arcana. Very interesting. The Page of Water represents some form of emotional happy surprise. It could represent you being a dreamer in your past, or simply being sensitive, or having like emotional sensitivity to the things around you. It's very interesting with that Queen of Swords here, but we'll get into it further. The Knight of Swords represents intellect and that action, impulsive behavior, and defending one's beliefs. With the Sun, you have joy, success, celebration, and pleasure. So in your recent past, you became incredibly clear-minded about something that you were sensitive about. And when you decided to take some sort, if this resonates for you, of course, when you decided to take some sort of impulsive action towards defending your belief, you actually gained success. So if this is in the workforce, maybe you stood up for something that you didn't agree with, and it turned out like your peers or your authoritative staff, however that works for you, took your side or supported you in some way, and you recognize that you have the right to defend your beliefs. You are that cardinal water, your baby water. A lot of times you can understand what's right and wrong, and if you are willing to speak up for what you believe in, sometimes it does inspire others to take that joyous path and to kind of ponder the same complexities that you might be displaying at that time. Does that make sense, Cancers? I love you so much. We're going to get into this. This is your recent past. So some form of surprise change that when it happens, you became very clear-minded on how to defend yourself, and you did so quickly, and it led to joy and success, if this resonates for you. This is your current energy that we're about to read, and it holds the Judgment card. Then, the King of Swords and the Two of Cups. Whoa. You could definitely be in some sort of a relationship with an air sign, because you have the Queen of Swords here and the King popping up in your current, followed by the Two of Cups with the Judgment card. So we'll get into that a little bit more. Good. This is your current energy. Judgment is major arcana. So in this current row, you have a major, and you have one major arcana, just like your past row. You have one king, the absolute of the air court card, and then a Two of Cups card. Very interesting. The Judgment card represents reflection, reckoning, and awakening. So when you consider that with the Queen of Swords, that complexity or perceptiveness, clear-mindedness, that intellectual thought, you have intellectual thought, goodness. You have this kind of almost with the Judgment, it's more so the universe recognizing, okay, especially with the Sun here, you are willing to stand up for things, so we're going to gift you with something. Does that kind of make sense? You're coming to some sort of awakening on how you're allowed to defend yourself, because the universe has taught you certain lessons so that you can stand up for others, so that you can create lasting change that will be helpful for for the greater good of all society. Does that make sense? I love you so much. I don't know why I keep saying that with your read. Excuse me. The King of Swords represents head over heart decisions, truth, and discipline. The Two of Cups represents the energy of unity, partnership, and connection. So you and the universe are recognizing there's some sort of when you deserve this sort of unity, because you're willing to stand up for it. You're willing to treat it well. You're willing to nurture it. That Judgment has been called by the universe with these thoughts here, these intellectual cards of, you're only missing the Page of Swords for the complete core of air here for your read, Cancer. So this month, if this is resonating for you, and this is also a timeless read, BT dubs. So if you watch it when you feel like just randomly watching videos, if it resonates, awesome. Otherwise, again, just watch for entertainment. The swords here, you've really got this energy in your current of you coming to intellectual understanding, because you have that Judgment here of reckoning, awakening, reflection. So it's the major arcana, and then you have, in terms of the minor arcana, you have the two top cards for that thought process as well. So you and the universe are like, okay, we need to make some decisions. We need to make sure that we come to this joyous success with people and things that will be beneficial to us, and it's leading to that kind of unity, partnership in your current energy, and some sort of a new connection. So in your future, my dearest Cancers, you have the Seven of Wands, that's fire, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. You have the Three of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and the Hangman. Could be dealing with any Virgo. Earth represents money, manifestation energy, Pentacles, coin, and then fire or the rod, the wand represents passion and creation through that passion. It's kind of like that masculine energy in the minor arcana. So in your future, my dearest Cancers, with the Seven of Wands, you have perseverance, mounting a defense, and maintaining control. So that passionate energy of almost defending your beliefs. Fair enough. You're going to, in a passionate way, in your future persevere on maintaining that control that you were seeking in your past, and that the universe is kind of gifting you in your current, with the Three of Pentacles being that money energy, that manifestation of money and pentacles and physical material. It represents teamwork, collaboration, and building together. So you not only have a here in your current, you have that emotional connection, but you're building some sort of an understanding in your future in terms of how to build a team that will be successful with you. So like who will agree with you in terms of what's the greater good, or how to build that team is what you're seeking in your future. I know that I've already mentioned that you're cardinal water, so that's in your future you're really going within and thinking, okay, how do I, as this manifests, how do I continue to have discipline that you've shown here? And you do so, it shows. We'll grab some clarifiers just in case, but you're becoming so clear-minded in terms of intellectual thought on how to manifest this, that it really seems like the universe is like, yeah, we got you. So the Hanged Man for you is going to represent sacrifice, release. It can represent martyrdom, and it can also sometimes represent suspicion. So if you're in your future, you need to make sure that you continue following your star player, your soul, and you need to make sure that you continue to meditate or get grounded so you can connect with yourself, so you don't it's just kind of a brief warning, you know what's correct. You just need to you have to keep taking care of yourself. You have to keep meditating. You have to keep connecting with yourself so that you can continue maintaining a defense and building that team you're looking for. Otherwise, it starts to be that you're kind of grasping at things without that thought process that you need to guarantee the success, and then it might turn into martyrdom. So Cancers, it looks really beautiful for you. It looks like you kind of already have that figured out. I'm just kind of explaining that little brief warning. We'll grab a couple clarifiers just to see the very end here for your read. It's a very different energy than your original read. Very, very different. So I think that from this, I hope you take away that you need to be clear-minded in an intellectual way about whatever relationships you're seeking to gain, especially when it comes to networking for your career and trying to kind of build, if your career is in spirituality or if your connections are in spirituality, you need to focus on meditation. I know I already said this, but going within and finding that joy within life so that you can continue to meditate and manifest in a positive manner, so that you don't end up having to kind of build off some form of not thought out decision, some sort of a relationship built on maybe whimsy. The Fool is not here. It's very much says that you've already learned this lesson, that when you gain these kind of new steps in this new networking process, that as long as you don't martyr yourself, as long as you show who you are and you don't play the victim, it'll work out. You just have to kind of focus on breathing through things, moving forward, and watching people. Before you sign on for a relationship, before you sign on for a job, get to know what you would be doing. Get to know your responsibilities, get to know how the person is, who you'd be working for, who you'd be living with, etc. You really need to understand that before you make these deep connections, because home is such a big deal to you. Oh my goodness, it's so important. And so you can't just jump into decisions. You have to have this clear-minded thought that you're already learning. You're making judgment calls in your current energy as to how you need to be clear-minded on these relationships that you make, these bonds that you make, and you're maintaining a defense in your future in terms of how you can collab, how you can build that team so that you don't end up martyring yourself like you have in the past, and instead you can build a true foundation because you know what you're getting into. With Justice, you could be dealing with a Libra. With Death, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. With the Eight of Swords, you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Again, lots of air energy in this read for you, Cancer. With Justice, you have truth, fairness, law, clarity, cause, and effect. With the Eight of Swords, you have the energy of imprisonment, entrapment, and self-victimization. With the Death card, you have the energy of ending of cycles, new beginnings, change, and metamorphosis. It really represents that transmutation of energy. The Death card does. So, I'm not going to give my speech about how our current society feels about death. It's really just change. It's really just a new form of energy. There's some sort of a cycle change here for you. I think you already know what in reference that has to do, as in your current energy, you and the universe are becoming clear on that judgment call. So as this metamorphosis takes place, as you transmutate this energy, you're recognizing kind of this cause and effect energy, how to not become victimized, because you're going to, instead of just jumping into things and hoping it works out, you're not doing that anymore. Do you understand? With this card here and these two combined, you are instead becoming inspired to build true foundations, because you understand with this Justice card the cause and effect nature of what you sign up for, how you can have control by making connections in a way that benefits you, that by getting to know people truly and also allowing them to get to know you, not putting up any kind of a guise, because if you want people to like love you, they have to know you. Like, they can't get to know some sort of a protective shell, you know. They have to get to know who you are for them to love you and want to treat you the way that you want to be treated, and vice versa. So that's what your read really has to do with. You are kind of finding this in your future. You're finding this, I'm going to maintain this defense, and I'm going to stick with, I want these boundaries, I want this, I want that, because you know it will create your inner happiness, and that will benefit you to build in every dimension of your life. I love you so much, Cancers. You got this. I know that went kind of like a little bit rough, tough kind of a talk, but it was meant for a pep talk, because you're learning. You're like, oh, like, I have control. I just have to make certain steps to maintain that defense so that I can gain a transmutated relationship, like, type of a thing. So your new energy isn't going to be, this new stuff is going to be joyous, not you martyring yourself because you just keep holding on. You know, like, when one is in this energy, you tend to just, sometimes you'll just keep making excuses instead of doing what you need to, what's best for you, and you can't do that anymore. I love you so much, Cancers. You're going to have a beautiful season. You're going to get through this. If you're moving, I love you. Be safe. It's going to work out for you. If you're changing jobs, it's going to be wonderful. If you're joining a class, it's going to work out for you. Whatever new thing you take on to change so that you can build that foundation you're looking for, Cancers, it's going to grow. You got this. I love you so much. Best of luck. Thank you for your time. Have a beautiful month. I'll see you soon. Bye.